from LA to Philly. The city has embraced me with open arms, and I was just able to come in and be a part of a culture piece for this team going forward. And you know, Elton Brand and the whole staff did an amazing job from ownership down of just embracing me and allowing me to be myself, and that meant a lot for me going into the offseason free agency. So, you know, I'm extremely blessed for the opportunity.
And a lot of people focus on the money because it's an eye-popping number, but if you're one of the best 30 people in the world at anything, you're going to make a lot of money. What I find so interesting about your contract and story is you turned down what would have been an enormous amount of money compared to what you'd earned in your career just a year ago, right?
Yeah.
You bet on yourself. They offered you in LA generational wealth, and you said, no, I'm gonna bet on myself, and you more than doubled it. When they present you that offer, and it's bird in the hand of me and my family taken care of forever, and you haven't yet gotten NBA rich, how do you turn it down, and what was going through your head when you did?
Well, for me and my father, who is my agent, we discussed it pretty much. I mean, previously we signed a 4-year, 64 deal. So that's, you know, enough money to sustain your lifestyle there. And then just when we looked at the guys coming up in free agency, I looked at myself. I looked at the role and opportunity that I was going to have on the Clippers in the beginning of the year. And I just said to myself, I know I'm going to be one of the top guys in free agency come next summer. And my father agreed on that, and he said that he knew that he would be able to give me a substantially larger deal. And that was the decision-making process. And for me, that, you know, to be able to say, okay, I'm going to turn down $80 million and then go in the season, you know, you have to have extreme faith with that, and you also got to really take care of your body in different elements, because longevity is the biggest thing in the game. So for me, it was basically how to lock in, how to really achieve that in the right way, and thank God it happened all in the way it did.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Not only yourself, but Al Horford, they spent money on. Both of you guys, great locker room guys, great camaraderie. You guys always do positive things.
Yeah.
What does it mean, though, on the basketball court? Jimmy Butler's out. You as a scorer, you as one of the perimeter defenders, what does it mean for you on the court? Even though the money, the contract, because once you get on the court, no one's counting the money then.
Yeah. Well, for me, on the court, it means to win. I mean, this organization has made moves to win, and to win now. You know, you can look at the window. I think the window for our team is, you know, 1 to 3 to 4 years pretty much. And when we want to win big. And now that was what was said in the free agency meeting. That was what I relayed to the team too, is I want to win. I want to win a championship. And, you know, we put the right pieces together. I love our roster. And it's going to be up to us as a team to build that chemistry to win big for the city of Philadelphia.
Tobias, we sit here all during the season, and we look at schedules, and we look at your opposition, and we map out who matches up with who and who we think your biggest competition is. But as a player who plays every single day there, set the landscape for me a little bit in the East. Who's your biggest competition? Who are the teams out there this coming season that you're like, oh, man, we got to get through them if we're going to really make this happen?
Well, you know, first, clearly it's, you know, I think the teams at the top of the East. I mean, Milwaukee Bucks, Toronto Raptors, I still think has a very good team, even with Kawhi leaving. I mean, they're a team that won. If you look at their record without Kawhi, they won a lot of games themselves. I mean, obviously, Brooklyn Nets. So there's going to be Boston Celtics. There's going to be, everybody's really focused on the West Coast teams, but there's still a lot of heat in the East. But for us, we want to be one of the top teams right up there, if not the best team in the East. I mean, that's going to be our goal and going forward. But, you know, the NBA, it's leveled now, so everybody believes they have a legitimate shot, and, you know, just as we do.
I'm sure I'm not the first person to ask you about this, but so your guys' season ended the way it did, in as heartbreaking fashion as a game can end. It was a Game 7 buzzer beater. But then it felt like maybe the knife got twisted a little more, and that the team that beat you there ended up winning the title. When you saw what they did to Milwaukee, you guys played that Raptors team tougher than anybody. Golden State took them 6, Milwaukee took them 6. You guys took them 7 to the last second. Has there been any feeling or discussion amongst you guys that as good as you can be this year, you guys were a championship team last year if maybe that rim's just a little bit softer and it bounces out and that game goes to overtime?
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's no moral victory, but at the end of the day, we know as a team what we presented last year in the playoffs. We knew, how close we were, and I think that's, we've had those conversations as a group, and I think that's just what's going to keep striving us going into this upcoming season. Like, look, we came this close. We know that our focus, our attention level has to be that much sharper. We know our chemistry has to be sharper, and so all those things will coming together and combine us to really improve and get back further than we were.
I knew my teammates that were in sync with me. I knew we could have real conversations. And if you're having real conversations, you challenge each other. Philadelphia is as talented as anyone in the NBA, especially with your top 3 players, Joel Embiid, Ben Simmons. Where are they? Joel Embiid, will he ever get his weight under control? Will he get his eating under control? I got a buddy of mine, business partner, got a place in the same building as Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid will eat anything. All right?
Anytime.
Who's your buddy, man?
I ain't gonna tell you. No, I'm not gonna tell you. He's a huge 76ers fan, longtime resident of Philadelphia, and Ben Simmons, because that will control you. You're pretty predictable. What you're gonna do on the offensive end, what you're gonna do on the defensive end, but the unpredictability of those 2 stars, where do you see their careers going?
I just see their careers going up. I mean, you're talking about 2 guys who are continuing to develop and grow, and already at a young age are at the upper level of the NBA and the talent group. So in terms of Joel, I mean, he's having a productive summer. He's in the gym, getting better, getting healthy. Ben, I was just out in LA with him training. He's in the gym working. You're always on my man's jump shot, but
I hear him, absolutely. Can we talk about that?
We can, yeah. Why not? I mean, I was with him in the gym in LA. He's shooting it. He's confident with it. So for me, that's all I like to see from him. He's working. He's working his tail off every single day, getting better. So we have the right pieces and the right group with the right mindset, in my opinion, at this time that's coming back with that chip on the shoulder to really make something happen.
We talked a lot about his seeming lack of confidence in taking that shot and wanting to take the shot during the game. You're out there on the court playing with him. I don't want to use the word frustrate, but is there a little question mark that comes up? Like, you're talented, you're one of the best in the league. Why not make more of an effort to try to take those shots?
Well, I mean, at that time, like last year for him, he just wasn't confident in shooting it, but still super productive. Like, he's like a deer in the front court of just running and getting out in transition. Can get to the rim at will, stronger, can post up, etc. But for him to add that element now, where teams have to defend that and guard that, and just know that he's going to be able to shoot, improves us as a whole group.
Yes.
But that's gonna really help us for sure.
We're gonna get to your inaugural Healthy Lifestyle Conference in just a second. I want to follow up one thing though about the team you played on for part of last season, the Clippers, because now all of a sudden they are in the news as the preseason favorites. Not a lot of the guys you played with are still there, only like 5 guys back, but 3 of them are Beverly, Trez, Lou Williams, 3 guys that are very unique players and all do something at an elite level.
Yeah.
How impressed were you? I thought they punted on the season when they traded you, bro. Like, I was like, hey, they're trying to get their lottery pick. Like, they know they not only made the playoffs, they went on a run, they took the Warriors 6 games. What they did last year and what they can be this year, knowing that team well.
Yeah, I mean, I think, obviously they added Kawhi and Paul George, which is 2 of the top players in the NBA. The surrounding pieces, those are guys I play with, guys like Pat Beverly, guys, Montrez, Lou Williams. I mean, Lou's one of the best scorers in the whole league, and can get to the free throw line, has a real art for getting fouled. Trez plays with great energy.
Yep.
Pat, one of my favorite teammates to ever play with. Just his unselfishness, his grind, his grit. So they really have a good balance of players and a good balance of a dynamic of guys. And me and Pat go back and forth all the time talking trash. And I just tell him, listen, we'll see you at the end of the year if it's so meant to happen. So.
That would be great.
Yeah, that would be great.
All right. Tobias, you're here in New York to launch an inaugural Healthy Lifestyle Conference. Tell us a little bit about what this is and who it affects.
Yeah, so today, actually, at NASDAQ, I'm doing, my first annual Healthy Lifestyle Conference, and it's just about things that embody me through my career, through my lifestyle of what has gotten me to this point. A lot of trial and error, just trying to be the best person, be the best healthy me every single day. When I first came in the league, had a lot of different injuries, was able to play, I'm pretty sure, like the last 3 seasons injury-free, played every single game. So a lot of things that go along into sleep, meditation, workouts and fitness, etc. So it's going to be a fun time, and for me, just another learning experience to gain a better edge as I continue to progress in my career.
And are you a little leaner than at the end of the year?
A little bit. So it's the summertime, so you know you get to work out a lot more and get yourself right. So I'm gearing myself up for a great season.
That's awesome.
Well, enjoy the
Congratulations.
offseason.
Thank you. I appreciate you.